Happy New Year! Cliff Alert back at you in 2023.
But before we get into it, we'd like to just say that God bless you and keep you in 2023. May you be blessed with abundance, good health, peace, and know that any or every challenge that you face, you are equipped to overcome it.
Absolutely.
We bless your going out and your coming in, and we bless that your home, your family, and all that concerns you and who you love is protected and cared for.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt.
So
That's a nice blessing, wifey.
I appreciate that. So we're gonna get into Married at First Sight.
Season number 16, episode number 1, the Tennessee version.
So we are being introduced to the couple. So we're gonna start off with Aries. He's 30. Aries is 39 and Jasmine is 31.
Yeah, Aries is, I guess, self-described reform plan.
Yes. He's been out there and doing the do until someone decided to switch it up on him, and it hurt his feelings so bad that he hasn't recovered for 10 years. So he wants to make a change, so he signed up for the show to get a wife because he said he's ready to settle down.
Yeah, a little bit of trauma and or tragedy in his background. He revealed to us that his father was murdered.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. So
that's hard.
Yeah, that's gonna be with him for the rest of his life. Yeah. So I hope he finds some way to deal with that in a positive way.
Yeah, and as a result, he was raised by a single mom.
Right, and he did not see evidence of what a man looks like in a family situation. His mom did not remarry. He said he noticed his ex-girlfriend's father and how he rolled, and he was a positive influence in his family.
Sure.
And he wanted to adopt some of that attitude and vibe his ex-girlfriend's father had.
Those are kinds of brothers that I happen to pull for because of their background and upbringing and all of the challenges that they've had to deal with that have really prevented them from getting to this point, maybe a little sooner.
Right.
But everything happens for a reason.
Jasmine, on the other hand, is a beauty queen and a cheerleader coach.
Right.
She's very active. She's been in quite a few beauty queen competitions, which she has won, but she doesn't strike me as a diva, so to speak.
That's good.
She said she comes from a tight-knit family. When she told them that she was going to be on the show, they were happy for her.
Yeah, new experience, unorthodox experience, but
yeah.
I guess a new experience nonetheless, and they've got, I guess, a positive vibe heading into it, a positive mental attitude heading into it.
Yeah, and if Jasmine comes from a tight-knit family, Jasmine going to have some things to say, so...
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
So I'm looking forward to how she reveals herself.
Yeah.
But all in all, both Aries and Jasmine look like, we have some positive vibes for them going forward. But you know how this works.
It's early yet. It's early yet.
Dominique
and McKinley.
Mm-hmm. Dominique is 25 years old. She said she's an old soul, but unlike the other participants of this show, she didn't sign up for this. Her mom did. So that will tell you immediately the red flags are just going off. And she's an only child. I don't think she is mature, hence her mother signing up for this show. So it's more about what the mother wanted her to do rather than what she desires to do. And based on her friends,
I think she's probably, maybe not being necessarily honest with herself about where she is right now.
Yeah.
Even though she claims that this is what she wants. But that's just me. I think it's too early for her to know exactly what it is that she really wants right now. But
well, she says she's looking for a mature man.
Okay. Well, I guess Pastor Kyle and Dr. Peppa did their best, I guess, or so they thought, to try to hook her up with that in the form of McKinley, who's in his mid-30s, and he has a cannabis business. I don't know what that means.
AKA Choker Smoke.
Is it like the Puff Puff Pass deal, or is it?
Well, that's what cannabis is, so we don't know where he is, but you know.
Okay. All right.
Hey, it's illegal in a lot of states, so you know it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, including right here in this statement, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So,
All right.
I mean, you just have to go to Walmart and you can smell. That's my experience.
I was just getting ready to say. Really?
I mean, you walk past some cars in the parking lot and, ooh.
That contact high?
Anywho, McKinley said he has older brother and sister, and
Yeah.
they're married and doing very well.
Right.
I guess he is a self-made man.
Sure. Sure.
He recently moved to Nashville, and he's living with some of a family he has known since he was a child.
Yeah. I have my I guess doubts about this, for lack of a better expression. She's in her mid-20s. He's in his mid-30s. I don't think she has seemingly the maturity, angle of it covered yet, and I think that I just think that there's going to be issues between them. I don't know. I think that he is, a business owner, a businessman, what have you, and I think his mindset is probably far more serious and probably more educated about how to get to that place where he is in a marital relationship in comparison to Dominique.
Which is why it's strange that her mom will sign up for this show. And
it's also,
the experts is gonna involve her in this show. We gotta know that too.
That's what I was
because the experts tend at the end of the series to try to get away with the foolishness that they insert in the show. And Dominique at 25, a single child, and she's not ready to do it because she did not sign up for the show, means that she is not committed right through here.
Yeah, and I have my questions about what Dr. Pepper and Pastor Cal were thinking when they thought that these two would be good together.
Well, they'll come up with an excuse like they always do, but it is what it is.
Do I hear or detect a note of cynicism in
Me?
your voice? Yeah.
No. We go to Gina and Clint. Gina is 35 years old. She owns a salon and she is expanding her business. She too is a workaholic.
She got time for foolishness. She's a business owner.
Yeah.
I understand that.
She seems charismatic. She's my kind of girl. She loves traveling, and she's even been to Italy by herself.
Mm-hmm.
So Gina is a progressive kind of woman, and I don't see her taking a whole lot of foolishness from anyone.
Yeah, she's been matched with Clint, who's 40.
Yes.
And it seems like he's at that point in life where he's ready to be the husband to his, intended wife.
Yeah.
He seems like he's a down-to-earth kind of grounded guy.
Yeah, he's an outdoors man.
Yeah.
He likes the great outdoors.
Yeah, I ain't mad at him.
He comes from a family of sailors. He's also a pilot, I believe.
Is he?
Yes.
Okay.
So I think they should be able to get along.
Yeah, I think both of them, in terms of maturity, just my initial impression is that they're going to be a decent match.
Yeah. Yeah.
But stranger things have happened.
Yeah, and he has lived with a woman for over 4 years.
Right, in a previous relationship, and
right.
he said that one of the things that was missing was that they didn't love each other.
Well, I don't think.
Did I understand that correctly?
I believe that she was trying to morph into the woman that he wanted rather than her being herself. So as a result, she understood that she couldn't maintain that falsehood, that facade. So she cut him loose. So now we're gonna get to Nicole and Chris. Nicole is 32, hails out of Queens, New York, and she says she's a sassy kind of diva. Chris is 36.
Yeah. Claims he's a nice guy.
He said he's a nice guy, but I'm not sure about that.
And I'm not even sure that he wants to be known or to think of himself as a nice guy.
If he wants to put that out there, he said that because people think he's a nice guy, he's been taken advantage of.
Yep. And that's there's a direct correlation as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I think
nice has its place.
Nice has a negative connotation to it, doesn't it?
Well, I personally don't think so. It's good to be nice when you meet people, or be nice, cordial, all that stuff is wrapped up together. But when you come across and say, I'm a nice guy, wait till people tell you you're a nice guy rather than say you're a nice guy. Because everybody is nice until some sort of challenge hit them, and then we see who they really are. People assume a lot that when you're nice, particularly men, you can run over them.
What do you think women typically presume or assume about this notion of a nice guy? Because you just said men think that way, but what about women?
Well, for me, when a man says he's a nice guy, I tend not to believe that. To me, that's something that your interaction with someone else, they are the ones who should be able to evaluate whether you're nice or not.
Yeah, he also says he's looking forward to this process, and he believes that, or feels that divorce represents failure to him.
Yeah, because he said his parents are divorced, and more than likely that was a painful process for him, so he associates anything surrounding divorce to be a failure.
I can understand that to a point. My parents were divorced, so I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. But you also have to keep in mind that there are so many factors that come into play here. When you say something like that, and you had as your, I guess, example, your parents who went through a process and got divorced, because there's so much of his parents' relationship that I'm sure he doesn't know.
Yeah, but your parents are your first teachers.
Yeah, I agree.
And particularly if you get divorced when the child is young.
Yeah, but as a kid, or a kid about to enter your teens, your early teens, do you necessarily have any really in-depth or true understanding of not only what's happening but why?
Sometimes you do, because kids hear things. I know certainly I heard some problems happening in my parents' marriage prior to them getting divorced. You hear and you see things, but at the same time, because your parents are your first teachers, you hold them up on a pedestal in most cases.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you in the sense that kids hear and or see things.
Yes.
When they kind of experience their parents going through that. I got you. And that was it. No, we got one more.
We have one more, and that is Miss Kristen, who is 32, and Shaquille, who's 31. Miss Kristen wants a whole lot. She wants a man to be physically fit, good looking, tall, handsome, hardworking, well dressed, nice teeth, face, someone who comes to church with her and has a positive mindset and is ambitious.
What is that, like a dozen damn chicks?
Well, at no point Kristen said that she wanted a man of integrity, a man who
trustworthy,
who is trustworthy, a man who loves God, a man who's honest, a man who's going to focus on her and the family, and who is going to be dedicated and committed to his marriage. At no time she said that. He has standards, and nothing wrong with that. Standards is a good thing, but at the same time she got to be a little more have a little more depth to what she's looking for. A man having integrity and who's committed to marriage, those are internal things, and Kristen unfortunately hasn't grasped that when a man is all that, that is as sexy as heck. So she wanting a handsome man.
There's nothing wrong with
nothing
that
wrong
part
with that.
But
there's a whole lot of sexy going on when the man's character is one of integrity.
Shaq, I guess for short.
Shaquille is 31 years old.
Yeah.
He works for the University of Tennessee.
Yeah, working on his doctoral and believes that God led him to be a part of this Married at First Sight, the season 16 journey.
He recently moved to Nashville, and he has had a lot of long distance relationships.
Yeah, do you think he is at a point now in his life where he's ready for this? Because I didn't get this is just me, but I didn't get that from the intended or future spouse that Dr. Pepper and Pastor Kyle have matched him with. I think he is, at a place where he's got a lot going on, but he may be, ready to kind of complete that puzzle with this piece of it, this marital piece of it.
Well, what I sense from Shaquille is this is a hurt brother.
Yeah, he's been through some trauma.
He's been through trauma even more than that accident that happened to him when he was a child, and he may have some issues that he's not revealing to people.
He's somebody who's self-described workaholic, but I think he's really looking for, just this whole idea of being married to kind of change that tendency to be a workaholic. And I'm like, is that necessarily, something that should be part of his expectation?
Well, certainly going to find that out with the diva he's got to work with. The men met up with each other, introduced themselves. The woman did the same. The bachelorette party, they all were turned up, both the men and the women.
Yeah, but you know what? A couple things when the guys were gathered together. Chris said that he's not looking for a hookup. That's a good thing.
Well, Chris said that in response to when Eris
a question was posed by one of the other guys.
Eris asked when was the last time they had sex.
Right.
And Eris said he had sex 2 weeks ago, prior to them telling him that he would be married. To
reformed.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Yeah, and he said he was a reformed brother, but he had his needs, and someone took care of it 2 weeks ago. So he was trying to find out if he had other brothers in that group, in his category as well.
Of the Smash Brothers is what he was asking.
Right. And
McKinley, I
Chris
believe,
said that's when Chris responded that he's looking for something a little more deeper than just a hookup.
Right, and I think McKinley also kind of echoed Chris's sentiment, just in a different way. But he said, "Hey, look, I'm not here for the hookup. I'm here for something that's serious."
So basically, they were preparing themselves for this, and I guess Aries and Clint decided to go another way.
Okie dokie.
But at the bachelor party, for the women, bachelorette party, both Nicole and Dominique were turned up. Nicole was licking salt or sugar off the stripper's chest.
Hell.
And she said, "Hey, I'm still single."
She needs somebody to check her.
Well, she said someone needs to check her.
Right, because she
can get out of hand.
Right, she has already set the act up.
But she said she hasn't had any connection since she moved to Nashville. She lost focus.
She lost straight focus, boy.
And Dominique,
young girl.
My friend had a shot of tequila, more than likely, in her bosoms, in her pocketbooks, in her groceries, and she allowed the stripper to use his mouth to get the shot from between her bosoms. And it was another indication that maybe Dominique is not there yet, because I thought that was inappropriate. Well, completely inappropriate.
You know what's interesting to me? I don't know whether or not these ladies and these guys understand that at some point in time future and or
It's gonna
intended spouse.
see that.
Exactly.
It's gonna see that.
Exactly.
So
And they're gonna be like.
But even the women, she started talking to the stripper and telling him about her pocketbook and where she hides stuff. And they were even assuming that, she's getting too close to this guy. They're talking and flirting with each other for too long. She needs to pull back. At one point, someone hoped that she did not give the guy her telephone number.
Right. She looked like she was ready to get freaky dicky right there.
I hope that
do
McKinley is prepared for this, because McKinley's ex sent him a text showing him a diamond ring on her finger. And he responded, "Is that the ring you want?" And she responded back saying, "No, I'm engaged." And that sounds like a crazy story. And that sounds like a woman who had no respect for him at all. So I'm not sure if he's prepared to have to deal with Dominique. So we go to the first wedding, and that's between Shaquille and Kristen. Okay? Kristen is a little stressed out because her mother is not there when they're getting ready. And we find out that although she is close to her father and she's the firstborn, he refused to attend the wedding because he had to either get a C test or C shot. And he decided that he's not going to participate based on that.
I don't know what to say.
Well, there ain't nothing to say. So her mom was late showing up. She got dressed. She and her girls were talking about her expectations. She wants a man who's handsome, low haircut. One of her friends said, suppose he's bald. And they showed Shaquille, and Shaquille doesn't have anything on that.
On that knot.
On that knot. And she said she would not like to marry a man who is bald. She's not feeling a bald man. And when she walked through the door and she saw him, she said that she was disappointed. Well, she did tell her friends that she'll give a sign, but I'm sure her friends noticed that Shaquille was bald once they came in and saw him standing there. So they probably knew that she, being who she is, will be upset, because she stressed that she wanted a man with a short haircut. And, for all intents and purposes, he does have a short.
A real short one. So short she can't see it.
So
I'm representing those brothers.
So that's what it is.
Yeah, but you know what though, and this is something I kind of wanted to get into as it relates to Kirsten. Kirsten strikes me as a person, a young lady who has expectations that won't be met, or cannot be met, or are unlikely to be met by anybody that she deals with.
Well, I was like that. I had expectations, but my expectations was more aligned to the integrity portion of the thing. And if anything of integrity is not coming out of your mouth, I didn't mess with you, because I would sit back and watch and listen to people, and if they were lying to their friends, I knew they would be lying to me.
Yeah, but I think that, but you draw a distinct difference between your situation and hers. Kirsten has made it clear that she's interested in some important things, but most of those attributes, characteristics, or things that she is looking for are surface.
Well, they're, because she's a beautiful,
and I won't say superficial, but I'll say they're surface.
She's a beautiful woman,
right?
And I guess she has an expectation that that's what she wants,
right.
And if that's what she wants, that's what she wants.
And I have no problem
with
that.
But she gotta know that the package she's looking for can come in different ways and packaged in a way that she's not even thinking about.
And expects.
Right, and so therefore she may have in her past kicked a whole lot of brothers out of the zone, so to speak, because they did not show up the way she wanted them to show up.
I can amen on that. Going through a process like this, to me, kind of exacerbates whatever your issues are in
But
a sense.
going through a process like this too can show you the error of your ways, and you can change it up.
If you're at a point now where you really and truly understand maybe what you've gone through in the past and are determined to not repeat the same mistakes and give this process, you're all and really risk being vulnerable.
Yeah, because I mean, from the gate, every woman or every man has been stuck on stupid for some point in their life.
Preaching, you preaching
But
again.
at some
I have,
point, you gotta have a hard conversation with yourself to flip the script.
Yep.
And know that you are the one where the change has to begin.
And there's a reason why you're attracting these certain types of people.
Exactly. So that's all we have. We'd like to thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. We appreciate you. And my thing is the beginning of me to live in peace and to share that with the world. So that's what I'm going to be about, living in peace.
2 times